naked shamanism. Welcome to With Insights Radio. I'm your host,
Good
Iggy Garcia.
morning.
I will take you on a
everyone.
journey across the
Good morning,
universe
everybody.
through
I hope
shamanism,
you're all doing well.
metaphysical, and
Just getting
holistic.
ready here to do
So
some
sit
work
back and
here
relax
on
and enjoy the show.
the property. Do some work here. Finish painting my unit that I've been working on. Just trying to get it together, get it ready. That way the next person who moves in, who's actually, I think, ready to move in, they can be ready and have a nice place and be ready to go. So I want to say hi to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. So what's going on? I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know what has happened. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, how it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it feels like. But I do know a thing, that if I don't go out there and I try to make something different and I try to work things through my life, nothing will happen. So I'm just here to share that sometimes we just have to do things. We kind of have to just put ourselves out there. Some of us are very good at it. Some of us are trying to be good at it. Some of us are trying to get to that place where we're doing it well and we can succeed at it. Some of us try to figure out why things aren't working. And good morning to everybody. Hello, Terry. Hello, Abby. How are you? So I'm just here to suggest here and just give you a little idea, a little suggestion, is to take these little baby steps, take these little moments and just kind of move forward into these little places and these little pockets. Okay? Sometimes we try to chew off too much at one time. But ask yourself, what is it that you truly would like to do in your life? What is it that you would truly do that you're not doing right now? What is it? What is it that you would like to do? And I can sit here on my phone and talk to you guys and tell you these things. But I know your situations are all different. I understand that everybody's situation is in a certain place and there's certain circumstances. But what takes a person to that point where they no longer want to be in the place that they are? Mentally, spiritually, socially, physically. What makes a person want to go work out and lift weights, run, jog, and get in better shape? What is it? What causes that? What causes the people to do that? Well, for everybody, it's a different thing, different situation, different scenarios. But either way, it's done. But I'm here to just say, taking baby steps are super important. Super important to know where you want to go. Now, I've taken little baby steps, and I've taken big baby steps. And sometimes I haven't taken any steps, and sometimes I've just frozen, watched, and stood there, just like everybody else. Because sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable, and sometimes it doesn't feel right. But we have this intuition, we have this thing inside of us that kind of helps us and guides us along. And we also have these things called memories, and these things that we have inside of us or in our filing cabinet of our mind, as you've heard before, heard me talk, that we play out in our mind, and it rolls in and rolls out, and then we can't move forward. We have to learn to move and delete and, store and refile, reformat, and create something completely different. Because if we don't, we're always going to get the same results that we always get. Most of us, the majority of us who are sitting here, the majority of us who are watching this video or watching anybody else's videos or creating our own videos, we're all kind of, the ones who, if our life isn't where it's at, it's because certain factors play into that. And what are those factors? Well, the thing is, factors can be anything. I don't have money. I don't have good health. My family hates me. I have no business knowledge. I have no this or that. Okay? And the thing is, we have to learn. And I want to say hi to Anita, Lawrence, and everybody, and Paul, and those of you who are popping in. And I appreciate you being here. What will it take for us to go into another direction? Since there's multiple directions we can go in our lives. And sometimes where we're at is comfortable. But even in the comfort that we're in, we have to create and keep creating and keep revising and keep making it into a place where, it serves us. It's easy for us to just, blame somebody else, blame a situation, blame anything. But what would happen if we personally looked at something and said, I played some part in that. I had some part in how that played out. There's a reason why I'm here. Maybe I'm here to observe. Maybe I'm here to feel. Maybe I'm here to, to learn from this. And you learn from everything. Right or wrong, you learn. We know that. So what is it? What is it that you would like to do? What is it that you would like to accomplish that you have not accomplished today? You know? And some of you, I'd like to hear some of you guys, all right? I'd like to hear what you would like to accomplish. And what is it that, why isn't it that you're not accomplishing it? Because when you say it, you start to create this spiral effect in the universe. You start to create this spiral effect all around you. In the universe, always, remember, like I told you guys, always says yes. The universe always says, you tell the universe, am I going to have a car? Yes. Am I not going to have a car? Yes. The universe is, is unconditional. It doesn't punish you. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't beat you. We're the ones that beat ourselves up. We're the ones that punish and have lack mentality and don't move forward and can't get into certain places. The universe is there to support us. So ask yourself, what is it, okay, that you would like to accomplish? Something that you would like to achieve. And I'm telling you, if it's just getting out of bed and walking down the street, and that's a big accomplishment for you, then do it. If it's you want to go back to school, then you have to figure out ways how you're going to get to school. So many of us, okay, are not detail oriented in our creations and the way we see things. We have these ideas of things we want, but we don't have the feeling. We don't have the feeling. When you eat a nice meal and it's delicious, there was a lot that went into that, correct? There was a lot that happened in creating that meal. But when you take the first bite, you can savor the juices. You can hear the crunch, you can just feel the explosion in your mouth. You can feel the juices rolling down there. And then your taste buds just start to collect all these different, receptors start to kick in and the juices start to flow. And then next thing you know, your mind starts to work and your mind starts to click and you start remembering and you start thinking and then you start creating this new image in your mind of what that tastes like. And you can't wait for the next bite or the next bite or the next bite. And that's how we have to decide how we're going to live our life. And I know it's easy for me to sit here and say it's how we have to do it. But when we become so detail oriented and we invite the people that we want to invite into our lives and we invite the situations that we want to happen in our lives, and we're so detail oriented. And the reason I say detail oriented is because when you have the details, you can change the details. But when you don't have details, okay, it's hard to change things. It's like looking at a building and you see all the bricks in it and you see all the mortar in it, but there was more to that. There was more to building that building that I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at this building, this brick building in front of me. And why was the structure built this way? Why is it made that way? Because it was somebody's dream. It was somebody's idea, someone's creation. Somebody had a vision and they took it to the best place they could possibly could. But you know what? They didn't do it alone. And here's another part of this building of your desires and your goals is you have to invite, and you might have to go through several people to figure it out. You have to create a team for yourself. You have to create people who positively will encourage you to do better. So many of us carry people and carry relationships on us that don't serve us. And so, when we have relationships that are toxic to us, it's hard for us to move into these places, in these spaces, in these feelings and emotions. And I'm not saying you have to discount and discard everybody, but you have to kind of figure out who serves you, what serves you, why does it serve you. In order to get what we want in life, we have to be very detail-oriented. It's like painting a picture. How many of you have ever painted a picture? Okay, maybe a few of you have. I personally have not painted a picture. I've drawn. I've created things, all right? But when you create a painting, when you're painting the picture, there's a process to it. There's a process to painting this picture, And every artist is different. Every artist has their imagination, their creation on this canvas of how they want it to look like and how it's going to be like. So when you start splattering paint on there, do you do it with purpose or on purpose? Because there's different ways to paint. Okay, Juanita, you paint. So depending on the genre of painting that you're going to do, there's certain things that you have to prepare prior to, correct? So this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Lawrence, I love you too, man. I missed you, and I didn't get to see you when you were here because I was out of town when you were in my town, which is kind of funny. But I like to come visit you and just visit you sometime, Lawrence. But, the thing is, when we have this painting in front of us, and this beautiful painting to create that's in here, okay, that we recorded in our mind, that we put in our head, and then we have to translate it outwardly. Translate it outwardly onto this canvas. What it looked like, what it felt like, what it smelled like, what it tastes like, what it felt like. And when we start to add to it, and when we start to create the pieces, and you know what? You have to, each brush stroke that you take, each one that you lay on that canvas, you know, begins to take shape, begins to take form. And even before we start putting the details into that, we have to create the background, the foundation of everything that is us and everything that is what we believe. We may have to change it several times. We may want to alter it a couple times. We may have to change. We may want a blue background. We may want a water background. But we have to create first the foundations. And many of us walk through life without foundations. Many of us have never had more than $1,000 or $100 in our pockets at any given time. So how are you going to have abundance when you've not known and not been taught or not known how to hold on to abundance? Because abundance is not just money. Abundance is also things that is in our heart, what we share with people, the people that give to us. So as you create your painting, all right, as we create this imagination, even what the picture that you saw in your mind, when you start to translate it onto the canvas, it will look similar, but it will never be the same. Because you will always alter, you'll always tailor and change things to what you felt and how you experienced that moment. So as we're creating for ourselves things, and I know some of you want cars and some of you want things, but start with small things. Start with things that you can actually do, things that you can actually help. So your imagination is the biggest creator of all, and the most powerful. Even Albert Einstein said that our imagination is the most powerful thing in the universe. Okay, we can create our imagination. That's how we got off this planet and we went to the moon. This is how we sent satellites to outer space. That's how we sent landers to Mars. The illusion is that we are doing this now. The true reality is that we've already done it. There's nothing new under the sun, like they say. So everything that has been, will be, and shall be, will always be. So create your canvas. Take your canvas and figure out how you're going to paint it out, what it means. Create the foundations. Even before you start, you have to have the tools. And those tools are very valuable. If not, you just have a blank canvas, right? You need brushes, you need paint, you need thinners, you need rags, you need water, you need an easel. You may need a lot of things. You may need a chair, you may need a room, you may need an idea. So the point is, in order to create what's in our mind, what's in our imagination, we have to have tools. Don't skip the steps. Basically what it boils down to. Don't skip the steps. The steps are super, super magically important. So many of us skip the steps. I've caught myself skipping the steps. The steps could be very simple, okay? They don't have to be complicated. Keep it simple is super important. Keeping things simple, and you know what? You'll have an easy way to go. If you need help, ideas, get a hold of me. I'll help you out, coach you through this. But the thing is, let's do it. Let's work together. And when I mean work together, I'm talking about humanity. I'm talking about man, the brothers and sisters, your neighbors. I get you're not going to like everybody, not going to get along with everybody, but do your best. Do your best every day. Give thanks for the things that you have in your life. Give thanks for the moment. Give thanks for the little things, because the little things become big things if we're not careful. And when they become big things, it could be in a positive way or a negative way. So make sure that we know the directions we want to go. Guys, take care. Have a wonderful and amazing day today. Like I said in my post, say hello to as many people as you can, because you just don't know where that hello will go, or where that hello will take this whole entire planet, this whole entire universe. We say hi to one person, and that might have been the only thing that kept them from doing something that they would regret for the rest of their life. Or that hi would have made them make a decision that said, you know what, that's awesome, I felt good. They may not have said hi to you, but they